Okay. So basically, all of you almost understand about the last apa ni a few steps that we learned before regarding how do we design the actual product. So start from
Betul.
the problem statement, and then problem clarification inside there, and then we will learn about the need analysis. Okay, after we clear about the needs, and then we want to select the best need, we need to have a HOQ. Hello ya.
Betul, slide hilang.
Tak dengar ke?
Bukan, slide. Tak nampak.
Kelas tak dengar ke? Slide hilang.
Slide hilang.
Di mana pula ada?
Okay, nampak.
So I need to stop on my mic, and then okay. Previous week we will learn about the a few steps of design concept. So how do we design the proper way? Normally we just design, we just develop the product, right? But now you already know the proper way in order to design the product. So I believe that all of you already learned about the problem statement, problem clarification, and then you also learn about the customer needs analysis. How do we analyze the needs? And then after we got many information, many data of needs, we need to simplify, or we need to analyze. So how do we analyze? We do the hierarchy, and then we select which one is the important, second important, third important, and so on and so forth. And then after that, you got a few several needs, and then we need to determine which needs are most important. So we do the house of quality, or we call it HOQ. Right? From HOQ, you need to design HOQ by determining the customer wants or customer need, and then the factors that influence the customer needs, and then you do the matrix, and then the last you measured the important parameters. So after done the HOQ, you also learn about the conceptual design. So you need to design several concepts, and then from the conceptual design also, you need to determine the subsystem you want to design. Okay, so today, from the many concept you develop, we want to choose the best one. Okay, so you will learn today's class. Okay, so the overview of the class, you will learn about the concept of screening, decision matrix, also we call it a path method, and then we combine and refine, and then we can design the project. Okay. Okay. First concept are generated as a solution to a problem. Okay. Then the best concept need to be selected, as I told you before. To select the best one, very critical process, because we don't know which one is the best product, Because if we select the wrong concept, maybe the output or the quality that we produce is not good. Maybe they have some problem in terms of quality, cost, many things. So we need to determine the best concept based on a few criteria that we discuss later. Okay. So how to select the best concept? First of all, we need to evaluate the strength and weakness of each possible concept. Sure, I believe all of you will produce at least 5 concepts, and then from the 5 concepts, you will determine the strength and weakness for each concept. Okay, and then if, for example, you choose, for example, you have a 5, A, B, C, D, and E, and then you choose C. From your team, after you evaluate the strength and weakness, and then you choose design C. However, design C also has weaknesses, right? So in order to to make it that concept more quality, more reliable, you will improve the weaknesses of that concept. Faham eh? Class?
The only possibility we have here is
Alright. And then need to have a structured decision-making process lah. So if you don't have a structured decision-making, I believe that the problem will come later. Okay, this is the analogy of the concept evaluation. Okay, as we can see from this figure, so this is what concept, many concepts you generate. And then how do we select the best one? We do the screening. Okay, screening process lah. So we want to evaluate the strength, weaknesses, and then we want to check whether this part okay or not, functionality, many things. After done it, you do the concept scoring, and then last you will get the best concept. Okay, this is what we call it flow of concept evaluation. All right. Okay. What is a screening process? Because from the concept generation, and then we need to do a screening, right? So what inside the concept screening? Concept screening is to eliminate inappropriate or not suitable solution. All right. So we need to drop all alternatives that does not meet design specification, drop all invisible alternative. For example, as I told you before, we have a 5 concept, and then you need to evaluate one by one. And then first we go to the concept A, and then you determine whether this concept is meet to the spec or not, specification, or this design meet to the customer need or not. This design is reliable or not. This design shows the functionality or not. So you need to evaluate many things in order to eliminate. Okay, if you found the more weaknesses for this concept, you can eliminate this concept. All right, and then you continue to the second concept, third concept. All right. Okay, this is an example. Aircon ventilation, ventilator ataupun ventilation. So okay, class, can you see this table? Can I?
Yes.
Nampak doktor.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Nampak? Okay, so for example, aircon, during the concept screening, we noticed that we want to use a vent, right? So for all concept A, for example, they use a remote switch board. And then also other concept use a handheld remote. And then the option 3, we can use one two-way switch in room, two one-way switches in room. And then also we have a direct switch. So we have many options for the selection of band. Same thing, to send the signal, we have many options. Receive signal also we have many options. Convert signal, open and close event also we have many options. So we need to choose the best option in order to make it what function. Okay, this is a alternative one. Also we call it apa ni? Concept one. Same purpose, which is aircon ventilation ventilator. All right. So for example, alternative one, for selection of vent, they use what? They use a dial switch. Okay. And then send signal, they use hose. Okay. Or wire. Okay. And then the receive signal, they use what? Receive signal here. Can you see, class? What option they use to receive signal? They have a radio, electrical, lever, hand lever, and piston. Here they use lever. And then to convert signal, they use hydraulic motor. Okay. And then open and close vent, they use hose ataupun wire line cable. Okay, this is the alternative one. Compared to the alternative two, same function, same application, but different what? Different device ataupun different apa ni component. Same function. Okay, they have alternative 3, alternative 4, alternative 5, 6. So depend on. Okay, so based on this one, we need to make it decision using what? Decision metric, or we call it path method. This is one method normally used to select the best concept. Okay. Because in decision metric, we used to systematically evaluate the alternative based on design specification. Okay, how do we do the in a decision metric? Also, we call it a path method. First step, we select evaluation criteria, which is, for example, design spec or others. And then metric with combining evaluation criteria and all alternative. Third step, one alternative is selected as datum or reference report. Okay. So one alternative, that means we take one of the option as a datum ataupun reference. Okay, and then we compare it. And then score all alternative. If good, we put plus. Worst, we put minus. If they have a same, we put a 0 or /s, same. And then we can sum and record all positive and how many positive, how many negative, how many same or 0. Okay. So this is what the way we use to compare our concept. For example, they use a V-belt as a datum or reference. Okay. And then they compare with what a gear and change punya method. In gearing system, the efficiency is plus, that's it. Chain also plus. High reliability, if you use a gear system, they say that they have a good apa ni ataupun positive, and low maintenance also plus. Compared to the change punya system, they said that they have a same apa ni, same quality ataupun same function with a V belt. That's why they put S. Okay. In terms of cost, whether gear is low cost, they said not compared to the V belt. Chain also not low cost. Okay, lightweight also gear is not lightweight, and then we put a negative. Chain also not lightweight, and then we put a negative. So if we got all the apa ni plus and minus, we calculate, we sum all the positive and negative. For gear system, we notice that they have a 3 positive, negative they have 2, same 0. Compared to the chains, they have a 2 positive, negative they have 2, same they have 1. Okay, class. From this table, which system is preferable? Gear or chains compared to the V belt?
Gear.
Yang mana? Which one?
Gear.
Gear lah kan?
Gear.
Alright, that's why. Because gear, they have more positive compared to the chains. That's why we need to use a path concept selection method in order to compare apa ni among the concept, so that we can determine the best concept we want to select. Clear? Okay. We go as another case study, which is what is this? A go-kart transmission system. So eliminate the weakness, the weakest alternative. Select best alternative. We can improve the best alternative. Okay, as I mentioned before. Okay. Okay. This is a machine shop kit. This is what we call it after we got the system, and then we're trying to evaluate the problem, which is a problem clarification, and then we can see that inside the system we need to have this one, unskilled energy, and then after we train by using the machine, unskilled student will become a skilled student. Okay. And then from the energy, we can convert to mechanical energies. So what inside the system, this is what the option we can use, right? From the component that we have option, and then we select in order to create the alternative or create the concept. Okay, so this is the the output after we done the screening tadi, and then we got alternative 1, alternative 2, and then we have alternative 3, alternative 4, 5, 6. So based on this one, based on those alternatives, we table out. Okay, because we want to see the positive number and negative number, and then from there we want to select which sketch ataupun which concept need to be selected. Okay, so this is an evaluation chart we need to use. Okay, so maybe you want to ask from this table, maybe you want to ask, how do we select the parameter? For example, easy to assemble, easy to disassemble, safe for operator, low vibration, portable, no sharp edge. Right, betul tak? These parameter also ataupun this characteristics also come from the customer need tadi. Before we have a customer need and then we have analysis, right? And then from there we discuss among our teams and then we can put here in order to see the performance of each concept. So class, from this table, sketch 1 until sketch 6, which one is the best concept we want to use as product development? Yang mana?
Sketch 6.
6, okay. So we can from here we can see that first of all we want to calculate ataupun we want to sum up all the positive, and then we want to sum up all the negative, and then we need to total it. So for example, sketch 1, the positive we got a 5, negative we got 3. So we need to deduct lah, because positive is more than the negative, we got 2 overall total. We need to consider the overall. For example, sketch 6, they have a more positive, right? 7. Let's say they have more negative as well. For example, 5. 5 negative, 7 positive. If we consider only positive, sketch 6 will be chose, right? However, if we calculate the overall total, sketch 6 will become what? If negative 5 will become 2, betul? Betul tak? Understand or not? Clear class? Clear ke tak ni? I just give example lah, but from here we can clearly see that sketch 6 give what the best result, right? However, if a sketch 6 they have more negative, let's say 5 negative there. If we total up positive and negative, overall total we got 2, so that sketch 6 is not okay compared to the others. So if sketch 6 overall total 2, we need to select sketch 1. Clear? Faham ke tak ni?
Yes.
Faham.
Okay. However, if we have rating for each characteristic, and then we need to consider it. If we have rating. Rating faham? Rating yang mana? Kelas, kalau if I say they have a rating, you need to consider it rating as well. Rating yang tadi tu. Okay, if you can see from this figure, from this table, the left side, the first column at the left side, they have parameters, right? Easy to assemble, easy to disassemble, safe for operator. For each characteristic, for each parameter, they have put rating, which is easy to assemble. They put how many rating?
7.
7, right? So if they have rating there, you need to consider. So for example, if plus, so 7 times plus, you got 7 there. You need to consider rating. Baru kita boleh tengok weighted total kat bawah tu. Okay. Now we go to the sketch 1. We consider the rating. 5 times plus, we got 5 there. And then we got another plus there. We got berapa tu? 6, 6 kan? 6 plus 5, we got 11. And then retails for less than competition, they have 9. Okay, kena tambah lagi 9, 9 tambah berapa tadi dah? 9, 9, you need to plus by 11, you got a 20. 20 plus 7, 27 plus 8. 27 plus 8, you got 35. 35, you need to deduct by 4, deduct by 10, deduct by 5. Berapa yang kamu dapat? 16 kot, betul
16.
Betul Okay. So, you got 16. Okay. And then, sketch 2, you need, after you consider the rating, you got a 8. And the sketch 6, you got a 29. Okay. Clear? So, if we have rating, you need to consider which one? The last one, weighted total. So, from the weighted total, after we obtain the value of the weighted total, and then we can do the conclusion. So, which design or which sketch ataupun we call it which concept we need to use. So from this table, we notice that the sketch 6 has highest total weighted total, which is a 29. Okay. So actually, if we put the rating, is more effective compared to the without the rating. So, in case of you, all of you need to put a rating lah in order to get the best alternative. The best concept. Clear? Boleh
Clear, Doktor.
Clear, Doktor.
Boleh.
Doktor, kosong tu atas kata macam neutral ke?
Sorry?
Kan dekat tu dia ada positif, negatif and kosong. Zero.
Kosong tu no change ataupun tak tiada perubahan lah. If you compare to the reference. So no need to calculate lah. Sebab if you calculate pun there's still 0. 4 times 0, right? Any number you multiply by 0 still 0 lah. So no need to calculate lah. Faham?
Faham tak? Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay,
Doctor.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Will there ever be a situation where like the highest weighted total and the highest like plus minus is on different sketch?
It might be. Sebab contoh lah kan, as I mentioned before lah, dia mungkin boleh jadi kot. Sebab if we consider only positive, it should be highest lah, betul?
Yeah.
If we consider only positive, how many positive? If how many positive, we calculate lah. Maybe item, for example, sketch 1, they have a 4 positive, only 4 positive. But if we consider rating for each positive, maybe first positive, the rating only 1. Understand? Maybe second positive, 2. So it not it depend on the rating juga. So you need to consider rating. We cannot easily say that many positive it contribute the best designed. So that's why we need to put a rating, because the rating, for example, parameter 1 rating 1 compared to the third parameter rating is 9. 9 positive, 1 positive is different. Ataupun negative is rating is 9, positive only 1. So it more to negative side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So from there baru kita kira weighted total tadi tu.
Oh, maksud tu weighted total is more important lah.
Yes, the last apa ni, last parameter we need to consider is weighted total, not only positive.
Oh, okay.
Not only overall total, but weighted total, because weighted total consider the rating.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Okay, welcome. Okay, so this limitation of path method. Is it assume all criterion have the same important or weighted? So that's why from the path method ni we have a we call it a modified version, which is we put the weighted factor ataupun we put a rating tadi. Faham They have a two version lah. Old version without a rating, new version they put a rating ataupun weighted factors to make it more effective. That's why after they consider weighted factor, baru weighted factor yang weighted total yang bawah tadi kan, baru we can consider it. Okay. If they have no rating, so we just consider the overall total. If they have no rating ataupun weighted factor tadi tu. Understand or not? Boleh ke? Can or not? Understand?
Boleh.
Okay.
Ataupun okay. Okay. I'm repeat. If the table not give you weighted factor, which is the 7 ke 1 until 10 tu, and then you just calculate until overall total. So that from the overall total, you can select the best concept. However, if they provide weighted factor ataupun rating, baru you kira weighted total tadi tu. From the weighted total, and then you can determine the best concept you want to choose. Right? Same thing lah. Kita dah kira tadi. Okay, in this case, it a bit different compared to the previous table, which is previous table the weighted factors 1 until 10, right? But here they put in percentage. So in percentage, you need to calculate based on the percentage lah. For example, 30%, you need to multiply by 30%, and then after that, you can total up, and then you can't you need to have another row, which is you need to total up from the positive and negative. You got the last value, which is the consideration of importance weighted tadi. Okay. Automatic can crash. Same thing lah ini. Alright, no need to explain lah because you already understand how to create the concept and then how to select the best concept. Alright. So you see the criteria that they consider very much what the criteria, and then this is weighted they put. So from there also baru kita kira weighted total tadi tu. Okay. Okay, class. Now they have another situation. They have a concept 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then after we calculate the weighted total, and then we can see that concept 1, they have a -16, concept 2, -6, concept 3, -10, concept 4, they have a -2. So which one we need to select? -2. That's why before I say that, if we just consider the total positive, concept 1 and 2, right? Because they have a 2 positive. However, if we select the weighted total, we need to choose the concept 4 because the the value we got only -2 means that they have no, although they have no positive point, but negative is lower than the other concept. Okay, so negative factor, they have a less than others. Okay, combine and refine result from decision matrix parameter should be verified. Way to improve and combine with other concepts should be considered. Okay, sometimes, okay, in case of this lah, they have no any positive, right? Concept 4, but we want to choose a concept 4 because concept 4 they provide less number in term of weighted total lah, ataupun not less number, highest number lah compared to the other concept, right? -2 is highest than a -16, -6 and a -10. Betul? But in term of positive, this concept, it has lack of a positive part lah compared to the concept 1 and 2. Sometimes we can combine the concept 1 and 2 with the concept 4. So maybe you can play around with that concept in order to get more highest value of the weighted total. Faham? Understand or not? Faham tak? Do you understand what I'm talking about? In terms of combination between the concept ni. Kelas, kelas.
Faham betul.
Faham? Betul, faham. Clear?
Keliru sikit.
Faham sikit-sikit?
Keliru sikit.
Okay, keliru sikit. Kalau keliru, bagi tahu keliru so that I can re-explain. Okay, now for example, now we have this example for automatic can crash ni. Okay, this is alternative dah dapat, alternative 4, alternative 3, alternative 2 and alternative 1. Okay, yang ni clear? So alternative 1, they use what? They use crash housing, align, holder, loader. So they use a motor, pasal motor kan? Okay. Alternative 4, they use a different different option from this table, and then they get alternative 4. Okay. So this is clear. After you got alternative 1, alternative 4, and then you come with this alternative. Okay, you come with this table, and then they have criteria you need to follow. Okay, and then they have weighted here. For example, for alternative 1, they have -16. Compared to the alternative 4, they just got -2, so that we need to choose alternative 4 to further development. Yang tu clear, right? That one is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. But in order to make it more reliable ataupun more if we produce that product, the output is more quality ataupun more reliable, maybe we need to combine with other concept. Now, let's say Concept 1, they have a 2 positive. Concept 4, they have 0 positive. So in terms of positive, dekat mana dia ada positif? Which place? They have here, right? Crush many cans in a minute and large capacity holder. Betul? Betul tak?
Betul?
So that, for example, we can use in concept 4, use large capacity holder, for example. Sebab if concept 1 they use a large capacity holder, that's why they got plus. Concept 4, sure they use normal ataupun small capacity holder. That's why they put a 0 ataupun negatif lah. Betul. So that in order to get positive in concept 4, we need to change lah the holder. We need to use large large capacity loader. So if concept 4 use a large capacity loader, so that from negative 2 dia akan dapat negative 1 dah sekarang. Betul? Because total positive they got 1 now. Bukan negative 1. 1 tadi they need to multiply by berapa tadi? Loader positif 5. So they need to plus 5 lagi. Negative 2, if they plus 5, they got 3 now. So that means design 4 it much better current design 4 it much better compared to the previous concept 4. Betul. Faham tak?
Oh, okay, faham.
New design, they already changed the loader, large capacity loader, so that they akan increase dia punya weighted total tu. Because weighted loader, dia punya weight factor is 5. If multiplied by positive, they got a positive 5. Positive 5, minus 2 They got lebih kurang lah. Minus positive 5. Total negative 1. So dia akan dapat more positive lah. So that means the new concept is much better to the previous concept. So that's why we call it, by improving, we can combine with other concept. Faham? Clear?
Faham. Thank you. Curi ciri baik design lain.
Ya, betul. Kita curi kebaikan yang design lain in order to make it new design is more reliable ke, more quality ke, more apa-apa lebih lah. Faham That's why we need to have a more concept, many concept, and then after we do the path method, baru we can see that okay, this design is okay, but lack of this one. This design should improve this one. Clear? And then baru kita dapat the best concept actually. Right. Can a minor modification improve the overall? Are there any two concepts can be combined to be the best concept? This one we need to consider lah, as I mentioned before. So we call it combined and refined. Habis. That's all for concept selection. Okay, ada soalan? Any question? Senang, easy to remember, easy to understand, and then easy to do it. Because you will do it later. And then make sure you understand what you do. Ada soalan? Any question? Kalau tak ada, kita take 5.
Tu yang satu kriteria tu have banyak positive and negative kan.
Okay.
And the other one dia ada sikit je positive and negative but have more zeros. So
Okay.
which one you want to choose?
How about the weighted total? Which one is
The
good?
total is about the same, like the yang banyak the criteria 1 tu dia like have 10 and 8, 10 positive, 8 10 positive, 5 negative.
Wait now we trying to to make a example Okay. So all of you now imagine concept 1 they have 10 positive. Okay. Example Itulah kalau face to face sedap saya jonteng dekat apa? Dekat papan ni. No problem. Kita buatnya. Okay. Sini saya boleh ni tak? Okay. Alright. So let's say yang first ni they have positive ada 10
10.
Okay, katalah sini positif. Sekejap, kena besar sikit. Dia tak nampak. Okay, katalah positif ni. Positif. More positif lah. Okay, katalah 10. Okay, lepas tu? Negatif?
Negatif 8. 8.
Okay, 8 banyak juga negatif dia. Okay, tak apa. Okay, lepas tu?
And the other one, criteria 2.
More zero?
Positif dia like 5 dengan negatif dia 3. So weightage dia sama lah 2-2.
Weightage dia dua-dua, right?
But
this one, we not call weightage lagi. This one on the overall total. Because overall total is plus minus kan?
Minus.
Kan? Plus and minus and then we total apa? And then we got the score with overall total. Overall total only plus and minus. But you need to consider with the weighted factor. Contoh yang apa ni konsep 1 tadi, you have 10 plus kan?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you have a 10 factors. For each factors, you need to multiply by weighted tadi. Weighted kan dia ada sebelah kiri tu, perasan tak? Dia ada 10, 7, apa, tengok, depend at what location it appears lah. Dia multiply, and then you minus also you need to multiply, and then baru ya kita dapat weighted total yang bawah tu.
Oh, okay.
Faham?
Wow.
Okay. And then contoh lah, okay. Sebenarnya saya faham soalan kamu, tapi I need to explain more detail in order to make not confused about the weighted total and overall total. Now I believe that you understand only overall total, but you need to multiply by weighted factor in order to get weighted total yang bawah sekali tu. Okay, faham After you multiply, and then baru kita calculate, kita akan dapat weighted total for 1 and 2. Let's say after we measured weighted total for 1 and 2, they have similar number. Yang tu soalan kamu kan?
Yes.
Okay. Because macam saya kata tadi, saya faham soalan kamu. Soalan kamu menjurus kepada situ. Tapi sebelum nak menjurus ke situ, saya nak make it clear supaya kamu tak faham, tak misunderstand that bukan yang tu saja. You need to multiply dulu multi-factor with the factor tu dulu Okay. So after you multiply and then you got blah 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 and then you got similar. For example 30 and 30. Which one we need to consider, betul?
Yes.
1 ke 2 ke?
Betul.
Okay. So from here we notice that one is they have many positive, which is 10. Compared to they have only 5 ataupun less. Okay. However, one also they have more negative compared to the second also have less negative. Betul?
Betul.
Okay. Now, if you have a two option, which is they have similar weighted total, it depend on your team punya decision. Maybe you want to consider, because now they have both similar punya weight. Maybe you want to consider before that you need to clear lah. Zero tu apa? Zero tu faham kan?
Faham. Dia kali
Zero tu
dapat.
reflect to what?
Dia tak ada. Dia cakap function lah. Dia sama je.
Sama dengan apa?
Dia tak ada dia punya negative or positive sides. Maknanya dia tak ada improvement or downgrade.
Dia sebenarnya macam ni. Okay. To make more clear, if you can see that the column 5, they have a nampak tak? DATUM. Nampak tak? Yang
Nampak?
kolom nombor 4, nombor 5 tu. Okay. Basically, to make it positive ke negative ke, we need to compare with the reference. Reference ataupun yang dah ada sistem tu. And then from the reference ni baru kita compare. Contoh yang bawah pada tu dia kata apa tu, inoperate. Saya tak pernah nampak lah. Inoperable when open, right? Yang atas sekali, for example lah. Inoperable when opened. Okay, so design yang pertama, first design, we need to compare with a reference design tadi. If they have similar function, that's why we put 0. However, if reference, they have no system like that, but ours is have that system, that's why we need to put positive. Maksudnya dia ada positif punya function compared to the reference. That's why we put positive ataupun negative. Negative tu maksudnya dia punya function ataupun dia punya ni adalah lower than yang ada sekarang, reference. That's why we put negative. If 0, that means it's similar with the reference. Same. That's why 0. So now your team need to think whether your product yang akan develop ni, you consider dia punya sama level dengan reference ataupun you want to create more functionality ataupun macam tu. Faham tak? If your team consider to make it new product with a new more functionality compared to the reference, you need to consider positive side lah compared to the 0. 0 means that your product, new product, they have a similar punya ranking with yang current punya ada, yang current punya product. That means you punya functionality is similar or lower than the current product. Faham?
Faham doktor?
Faham. So back to our question tadi. Nombor 1 kan nombor 2 kita nak pilih? Weighted total sama?
1.
1 lah. Kalau your team fikir positive side tu maksudnya more functionality appears in our new product compared to the reference current product. Betul tak? Takkan kita nak buat new product but dia punya functionality similar with our current product. So yang tu lah you need to discuss among your team members. But for me, myself, I choose number 1. If weighted total, same with number 2. Because number 1, they have more positive side compared to the number 2, they have more zeros. Faham?
Faham tak, sir? Clear,
Okay,
clear.
good. So
Thank you.
if I ask you like that in the final exam ataupun test, they have no wrong answer. You can say that number 2 is the best because although they have almost similar function, but on the negative side, they have what lowest than compared to the previous apa perkara. Contoh yang tu boleh juga. So they have no apa ni no wrong punya answer. Depend on your justification. Faham Clear. Okay, ada soalan lagi? So kalau tak ada, saya stop sharing ni sekejap. Okay. Kita ambil attendance sekejap. I will give you attendance punya code e-learning. Okay, class, I have apa ni mana ni? Bukan. Discuss about your house of quality. Which one the most important, second, and then why that parameter most important, second parameter is second important. So all the information you need to provide me in your answer script, and then you can upload here. Okay, boleh? Clear?
Do we need to make all of the aspect, all 8?
All the aspect, what you mean? It depends on you actually.
From what customer wants to technical evaluation.
Yeah. All aspect. Maybe to make it more ataupun more easier, all of you just provide me until apa ni apa tu yang calculation sahaja. So yang bawah tu compare to the apa ni compared with spec bawah semua tu kan, other 2 lines no need to provide. Nampak tak? Can see or not? If all of you remember about the house of quality, they have a left side, they have a customer wants, and then they have apa ni factors that influence the customer need ataupun customer want, and then you do the matrix, and then on the roof you do the correlation among the customer apa ni factors of customer needs tadi, and then the bottom you calculate, you measure, right? So until there only.
Competitive assessment?
Sorry?
How about competitive assessment?
Competitive assessment, the bottom or the right side, which one?
The right side.
The right side, okay. The right side, maybe you can provide as well. Okay. Yes, yang bawah saja. The bottom after calculation tu saja, no need to provide.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, welcome. Lagi? Clear? Okay, class. If all of you clear, and then is it to cover until embodiment design or just until here? Class? Tak Tak payahlah lagi banyak belajar pun, lagi kamu lupa banyak juga kan. So maybe I have give you extra time now. Maybe you can do this assignment. Okay? Boleh?
Boleh tak?
Boleh doktor.
Okey tak?
Boleh doktor, boleh.
Alright, good. So
Boleh. Doktor,
yes.
assignment tu buat handwritten ke atau word?
To make it more readable, I'm preferred using a computer PC.
Okay.
Okay. Sebab sometimes if you write by your own on the paper and then you scan, sometimes it a bit problem for me to read your. Biasalah kan, ada yang tulisan doktor, ada tulisan nu, ada tulisan ni. So make it simple, just using a PC. Tapi lah, but if you think difficult to draw the HOQ using a PC, bolehlah nak guna handwriting pun. Okay? Kalau boleh guna PC. Kalau tak boleh, paper pun tak apa. You need to scan very well. Sekarang lagging ke belum? Dah okey ke? Before I'm
Dah
continue.
Okey doktor, okey.
Okey.
Boleh dengar.
Alright, Chun. So I'm saying that we will stop until here. If you have a question, please ask. If nobody ataupun no one have a question, you can leave. Tak ada masalah. For assignment, I give you option. You can do by using a PC or you can use handwriting, no problem. But make sure you scan your paper properly lah to make it can read your answer script. That's all. Clear?
Clear doktor?
Clear. Doktor sangkut balik.
Oh, doktor rap lagi doktor.
Apa?
Doktor sangkut doktor.
Tadi doktor sangkut.
Tak ada apa dah. Okay, kalau tak ada apa, until here okay. Kalau ada soalan, boleh tanya. Kalau
Doktor,
yang tak ada soalan, boleh keluar.
ada nota dekat e-learning tu tak boleh buka yang conceptual design.
Conceptual design saya, check. Conceptual
Yang
design sahaja.
HOQ tu boleh buka.
Conceptual design tak boleh buka. Saya klik.
Tak.
Oh, sebab apa Okay, tak apa, saya letak balik Untuk yang topik 4 punya
Topik 5 pun tak boleh doktor.
Topik 5 tak boleh?
Semua tak boleh buka doktor. Semua tak boleh.
boleh buka.
Semua tak boleh buka?
Semua tak boleh buka. Ya.
Apa pula Yang mana yang boleh buka? HOQ boleh tadi? Okay, I think I know. Because I need to upload only PDF kot. Kuat you betul lah. Yang awal-awal tu boleh tak? Yang chapter 1 lah apa tu semua boleh tak?
Boleh.
Baik, chapter 1 boleh pula.
Dia nanti auto download.
Oh, chapter 1 auto download. Okay, sekejap. Chapter 2
Topik 4
auto
dengan
download
topik
juga.
5.
Chapter 3 auto download juga. Ayah. Chapter 4 Download tak boleh, keluar pun tak boleh.
Betul.
Yang PowerPoint tu rasanya tak boleh buka semuanya.
Saya rasa yang kita buat 1, 2, 3 tu pun apa ni? Saya letak PowerPoint. Boleh kan? Okay, tak apa saya tengok.
Yang tu boleh Doktor.
Tapi dia download terus kan?
Yep.
Hide duplicate as